Welcome to Read Between the Wines, where two bibliophiles discuss our love of the written word from cover to cover and cork to glass. Pour yourself a beverage and join us for this week's episode. Cheers! Now we can come back. What shirt are you wearing?
It says Yosemite.
That's good.
Yosemite.
That is not how that is.
For the layman's of the crowd.
Did you say Yosemite?
Yeah, Yosemite.
That's not actually how it's said, is it?
It is in my household.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yosemite.
all right.
No, it's Yosemite.
Starting off with a banger this time.
Speaking of bangers, we found a good wine.
We've got
It's
a
getting
favorite.
bigger. We have gone through some not great wines.
Some wines are winners and some are not, and we have found ourselves a winner, which is one that is a constant for us.
Yes, we do love.
And it's a chain, which I don't hate. Cooper's Hawk.
We love a Cooper's Hawk wine.
This is a Cooper's Hawk Riesling.
And Riesling
it's
is my favorite.
Right, because
It's my favorite.
I'm not a Chardonnay fan,
No,
but I'm definitely a Riesling fan.
I'm a Riesling girl.
I think I go Riesling, Sauv Blanc. I'll do a Chardonnay maybe. Pinot Grigio. Love a Pinot Grigio.
Oh my god, this is so good.
No, it really is. Tastes like a hug.
And I'm like, that's not because we've been drinking terrible wine. This really is a good
This
wine.
is actually a really good one. I was like, that's fine. But speaking of things that are fine,
Nope, that's not the segue I was expecting.
No.
Go ahead.
Speaking of things that are fine, I hit my reading goal for 2024, which means I get to restart. I've surpassed my reading goal for 2024. I think you have as well, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, you hit, and yours was 50 freaking 2, right?
I'm 52, one a week.
Okay, this girl went with 18 and she thought she was being sassy. So, also, it just occurs to me that I wrote that I did 13 books of my 12. It's actually 19 of 18. So I need to go back and fix that. Sorry, Instagram.
I did see that and I didn't even notice it.
Okay, cool.
I was
Well,
just like,
it was one more than my goal. That's all we knew.
Wait, that's because your graphic.
Yeah.
Your graphic was only 12.
My original graphic was 12, and then
Yeah.
I think I upped it to 18 because
You
I knew
reverted.
I did. So
Yeah.
my goal this year was 18, and as a human who has to take care of other humans, I thought 18 was going to be a stretch, and I'm really excited that I made it because there was a lull.
You hit it.
I hit it. There was a lull.
2024 reading goals.
And I now
Accomplished.
right, and now I have to pick a 2025 goal.
So you had 18.
I had 18. I went 12 last year.
How
18
many?
this year.
How many did you actually read? I mean,
so
we're still
far,
kind of in it,
so far, I'm at 19. I will hit 20, maybe 21 or 22 by the time we're done.
Okay.
Which is funny because I was going to go for 24 for next time, but I think I might do 30.
Ooh.
I think I might do a weird in-betweener and do 30.
Good, yes.
I'm feeling 30 this year.
Okay. I love it because it's a little bit of a push
Right.
from where you were at.
Right. But I also know we've talked previously about my Stooky Stackhouse books that I have sitting there.
That's
which
going
is
to put you at 12.
right. So I'm wondering if I push it to 36. If I double it. Do I double this year or not? Right? I have some flights, not a lot of flights. I have a really long flight, 2 really long flights in April.
2 book retreats.
And we have a couple book retreats. Hopefully in the making. That is, to put a quick side note in there, we are looking forward to a book retreat or 2 coming this summer. I'm hoping maybe summer, fall.
Yes.
Summer, mid-fall.
Yes.
Which would be really nice, which would include a weekend getaway, probably Friday to Sunday, with book activities and time to read and food and just chill, like not
And
like
you don't have to do a damn thing.
Right? You just
show up in your cozies.
Right?
Like
you don't have
no
to,
makeup, no
No.
nothing. It's going to be wine and non-alcoholic wine and books of every variety. Bring your own. Read ours. Whatever.
trade, make new friends. And we're not looking at a huge group.
No.
So, but I think we're planning the first one for July. July. So if it's something you're interested in and you're wanting to travel or to go somewhere, we have an idea that we'd love to invite you to join us on.
Yes.
A retreat, a reading retreat for 2025.
So set your goals a little higher.
Right? Because I think you'll have a couple days.
You'll have plenty of time to read.
And this is time where we're not doing like, you're not going for, look, your girl loves a good yoga session. I love, group activities. This is not that.
This is not that.
This is like, yes, we can get together and chat about books in the evening over dinner where we can eat together, but like lunch and snacks and breakfast, you eat while you read.
Yeah. We will supply all of it. All you have to do is show up and read.
Right.
We will take care of the rest.
Right.
It'll be fantastic. It's like the best book club with your besties.
Exactly.
Best bestie book club.
Best bestie book club. I love that. Trademark. Yes. Trademark there.
Got it. Dibs. Wait,
is
this not it?
This is not it.
Calling it.
What is that?
I don't know. Does it go up here? There's one.
Ours is this one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is like...
Not it. I don't know. But we are it. No. We are it.
So yes, and we would love to... We'll get more details out probably this month. Soon. We're putting details out and we'll tell you where we're going and... all of the things. And we've been looking forward to this for a long time. So that brings us to the idea of what's your goal? How are you setting?
How are you
setting a goal, right?
Wait a second. I did have a lofty book goal.
You had a super lofty book goal. The fact we were like, I'm going to read 52 books this year. And I was like,
52.
girl, I can't even think of 52 books. I have 52 books I could read, but I can't think of doing that. And you...
Yes.
Didn't you surpass it?
I did.
You were like, you hit it and then some.
54 currently.
Holy crap.
And I have 3 in process.
So what is your, like, okay. From a non-52er. Mm-hmm. How do you do this?
So the breakdown for me, 52, 1 a week.
Right.
I can read 1 book a week. But the funny thing is I don't read every day. I don't have time every day to read.
Okay.
But I will read for several hours. When I have time to read, it's because I have it like several hours blocked.
And do you read really fast?
I do read really fast.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I'm not a speed reader.
I'm not a speed reader.
I'm not. But I do read fast. And we all know I don't read footnotes. So if there's stuff at the bottom, I ain't reading it. Because someone asked me, oh, well, how many pages do you read or how long do you read a day? And the fact is I don't read every day, but I do read for extended amounts of time. Saturday mornings, Sunday after football, I have several hours.
Okay.
And I feel like that's where I get a bulk of my reading accomplished. Like I may pick up a book here and there, read a chapter, whatever. Not really my style.
Okay.
Because I need to be able to get into it.
I gotta get into it too. I saw something on Threads where somebody was like, oh, I'm in the stage where I'm excited to start this new book, but also I would like to finish my 600-page book by the new year, but they started it like yesterday. For reference purposes, it's like after Christmas, right? You've got a week to finish it. And so she was like, I just don't know if I could do it. And my math brain was like, 100 pages a day, you're done.
Yeah.
Right? But I also don't know how long it takes you to read 100 pages. So it's easy to say that. But at the same time, I think when I have the time to sit and get into something, like I'm in.
You're gonna go through it.
I'm gonna hit through it.
Because you have the time. Yeah.
But I will tell you, for me, there are months where I don't have the time, like our busy season for work, or when the kids have sports stuff, or the fact that this year I was working and tutoring. I didn't think I was gonna. I will tell you, I didn't think I was gonna hit my goal.
Didn't have a whole lot of personal time.
No, and I didn't think I was gonna hit it. And I was like, I can't believe I set this goal. Like, I was gonna be more upset with myself if I didn't hit that goal than with anything else, right? And so I was like, I can't believe, A, I'm this upset about an arbitrary goal that I set, and B, that I'm not going to hit it because of the other things that I was doing. And I'm not going to hit it, yes. Right? Not only am I
because of life. Right? Like, you can't be mad about life.
And so for me, I want to when I set goals, I want them to be attainable at a stretch, bit,
yeah,
right? Like I want it to be something
challenge.
I feel like I achieved it,
yeah.
But also it needs to be doable.
You had to work for it. It's not like 10. I'm going with 10,
right? If I had gone with 10 after I'd done 12 the year before, after going through the things that I went through in
Yeah.
life, they're like,
No.
they would have been dumb to go through 10, right?
No. Yeah.
Only for me, because I know that I'm capable of more.
Yes.
So was there ever a time in your 52 books this year, 54 books this year, that you felt like you were behind?
Yeah. Every time I put my progress into Goodreads and they're like, oh, hey, you're 6 books behind schedule. And I'm like, oh my God.
I did put mine into
I do
Goodreads.
love a passive aggressive, like,
You're behind.
you're behind. We'd hate to see you. Like,
Right? Mine liked to tell me that I was behind because I never put my books in. And that's my thing. Greg called me out on it too.
that is such a, like, yes, we were like, hey.
You're like, you've
your
read
Goodreads
these.
is not up to date.
Right? And I was like, you're right. And so one day, 2 weeks ago, I want to say,
Yes.
I put on my like to-do list for work. I was like, Goodreads. Because I was like, I need to
Put
make sure
in
that I actually
Goodreads.
put it in there.
Yes.
Because I hadn't done it. And I needed to.
Yes.
And when I saw that little thing pop up, it was like, you've achieved your goal. I was like, I am.
Did
way
you
more-
see all the confetti?
Yes. I was way more
was
excited
like,
than I probably should have
It
been.
kept going. If you left your screen up, it
just
kept,
kept-
falling. It never stopped.
Oh,
I sat there for like a good 2 minutes just to be like, is this going to stop? It never stopped. It
But
never
at the
stopped.
same time, you should take the time to
Celebrate yourself.
Most of us don't take time to celebrate ourselves at all. And this is more than a reading thing.
Yeah.
I'm a person who lives life by my to-do list. I
Next
love
thing,
my
next
to-do
thing,
list,
next
right?
thing, next
So I will
thing.
do something like, all right, check done. But I never sit there and look back. And it's something that when I was working with a fantastic therapist, she had said, do you take the time to look back and like give yourself a pat on the back of the things you've done? No. I'm sorry, I don't have time. That's not
But
on my
you
to-do list.
should.
I don't do that.
Yeah,
And so
it's
now-
not on my
It's
to-do
not on my to-do list. So I'm much better now at taking the time. So when I hit my reading goal and I was like, this was the book that did it.
Yes.
Right? What book hit your goal? Do you remember?
It hurts my OCD. It was book 5 of a 6-book series.
No.
Yes.
No.
So I was like, at first when I was doing like rough math
Yeah.
and
You're
like
like, I got
calculations,
this.
I was like, oh, this will be perfect. I'll finish my 6-book series. Like, and I knew this, like, starting the series.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm at whatever, 46 or whatever. And I'm like, and I'll have my 6 books, and then that'll be what I need. No, I finished it. I hit it on book 5. And I was like,
Now what do?
oh my God, but I have one more book in my series.
So you're like, I'm just doing it.
I started it. It is a 600-page book.
You are the 600-page book person. You were not the one on my threads, but
No,
you
it
were in the
wasn't
same
me.
place.
That wasn't me. But
No,
yeah,
it's not.
I was like, oh, and I tried to read it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna push to
Okay.
finish this.
Okay.
So I read a couple other
Things.
shorter books that
Yep.
I had been interested in that were on my list that I could do and that I could come back. Mainly because I didn't want to carry it on the plane.
Fair. I mentioned in a previous episode how I have holiday books that I've been reading. And it's still winter, so it still counts. But I, for a moment, waited and was like, okay, I've hit my goal. And I would love for the next books I read to count toward my next goal.
Yes.
But I'm not starting starting
But
early.
you can't start.
No,
you
that's
can't.
cheating.
You can't. It's
And
not
so,
2025.
and I was like, you know what? And I thought this was good for me. I was like, you know what? Just gonna read them and enjoy them.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put anything
Read
on
them.
it. If I don't finish it, I'm not gonna be upset. I've already hit my goal, and I will tell you, I finished 2 extra books since then. And I'm like, dang it.
Yes. And I will tell you, this is a huge conversation topic on Threads.
Okay.
That I've been having with a lot of people. They hit their goal and then read extra. And then, do I up my goal? Do I change my goal? Because I'm
For the end of this year?
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Like if they
no, I hit
their
my goal in January. No,
in November.
I made it in January. No.
You know, like,
Yeah.
okay, I hit my goal in November. I'm reading extra. Do I up my goal? Some people, yes. Some people have been upping it. But I'm like, if you set a goal and you hit it and you're still
I'm a
reading,
no.
like, just keep reading
Just
for
keep
the
reading.
enjoyment of it.
And for me, that's evidence for setting my next goal.
A little higher,
Right?
yeah.
Right? So now that I know that, because for me, last year, when I set 18 in January, that was a stretch. And I was like, I don't know that I hit 12 the first year and was like, okay, that was one a month. Like, and granted, lifestyle was very different.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I hit my 12. I was like, this year I'm going 18. It's going to, like, I can do it. And then halfway through the year, I was like, I don't think I'm going to make 18.
Yeah.
And then I was able to do it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, I hit 18 and then some, which is why my thought process now is, do I go 30 or 36?
Ooh.
And I honestly think
You're doubling.
I honestly,
You're going?
I think I'm going to double.
Yeah.
Because I know I have the Sookie Stackhouse. I know I have Iron Flame, which is 3. So if Sookie Stackhouse is like 10 or 12, plus the 3, that's 15.
Yeah.
That's almost half of my goal already.
Yeah.
Plus I have
Enjoyment
a couple of
reading.
winter books, right? Plus the winter books, plus I'm going to reread Big Magic. So like there are things I know I'm going to read. There's so many things. Like
Invisible Monsters.
Chuck Palahniuk I have to read. Yes, Invisible Monsters is a January book for me. It's going to count. I'm not reading it now.
We're holding her to it. We're
Right.
going to make her talk about it.
Right, I am going to talk about it, which does also bring us to the idea of something we'll discuss in another episode, but I will tease here. Author studies. Author studies are coming, so should you want to join us on those.
It's happening.
Is
Lots of new things in
TBD,
2025.
right?
So you think you're doubling? You think you're doubling?
I think I'm doubling.
Are we holding you to it? Are you setting it
I'm
now?
setting it. I'm right
In
here,
stone?
right here, right now.
On video?
36. 36.
Okay.
Check with me in about 3 months and see how I'm doing. Because that means it's what? 12 a quarter? A little less than that?
Yeah, 3 a month.
3 a month.
3 a month.
God. I can do it. I can do
That
it.
is so good.
I can do it.
So good. I honestly, I have thought about it, and I have firstborn syndrome. That is who I am.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do for my goal?
Right? Because it was already 52.
It was already 52. What do I do? Can I also preface with the conversations that I'm having on Threads? People are setting goals. Okay. If they exceed them early, they're upping them. There's like a lot of pressure to keep reading. Someone had 1,000
They're going to get there.
and hit it.
What?
What are you reading? That's like 3 books a day. Like rough math. 3 books a day. How? How is that happening? Are we audiobooking? Like, what
Are
are we
they a
doing?
librarian?
I have questions.
Is it their job? Are they choosing? Are they a
I
teacher
have questions.
and they count the children's books they read because children's
Maybe.
books are books? But still,
Maybe
1,000.
1,000. Like what?
That means it would only take
I
me
can't.
10 years to get to my 10,000. Remember how like a while ago we talked about it, and I think it was a
Yeah.
there was a lily or something like that, a water lily or something.
A tadpole.
A tadpole. It was a tadpole. A tadpole was 1,000.
You don't even know what tattoo
Right.
you want for
That's because
10,000 books.
I already because
You've already.
you told me I'm not gonna hit it, so that's gone. I
I
already
just
got.
gave you math.
I got a different
back
one
it
for
up.
readers.
Okay.
I've already
Okay.
done it. It's fine.
But
it's
yeah.
already permanently on my body.
1,000. What the hell?
Right. But that's like
Good for you, but also, whoa. Because, okay, the conversations I'm having on Threads, like I keep going back to this, but it is insane because people, there's so many opinions. And I love it because everyone is right. Like, everyone is right. So someone else brought up, like, hey, you know, your goal, like, I wish you 5-star reads.
okay.
And anything less, like, we're not counting. Like, it's quality over quantity.
Okay. All right.
And I love that sentiment. Like, hey, I have a low reading goal, but it's because I'm going to DNF anything that I'm
you
not.
DNF this year?
I did.
What did you DNF?
I think that's another episode.
Okay, fine. I did not DNF. So that's
I
your
did.
episode. I did not.
I
think
totally did.
I think I did everything this year.
And I'm going to do it more often.
Are you?
Yes. I gave myself permission.
See, I tried to give myself permission, but I like to know how things end. And so I want to give the book to the very last moment to see if it redeems. So a book
Yes.
literally a book I just read, I was like 100 pages in, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I hate this. And I was like, is this, and I literally looked over and was like, this is a bad book.
Yeah.
I was like, but I'm going to finish it. And
But
I
I'm
will
gonna
tell you,
finish it.
but I'll tell you, I almost cried at the end. And I was like, all right, I'm glad I finished it.
See, I did not DNF as many as I should have.
Okay.
Because I get into it and I'm like, but what if it gets better?
So, but what do
And
you
if it's
kinda-
a series, oh my God, but what about book 2? Maybe book 1 is just slow. Maybe I'm not like fully in.
Okay, but how do you count that for your goal? Do you count it as a half? Do you count it not at all?
No, so it depends on how far in I am.
Okay.
When I DNF it. But honestly, I only DNF'd a couple. So I'm trying to think.
But did you DNF them at the beginning? For those of you who
Okay.
are like, what does DNF mean? Did not finish.
Did not finish.
Did not finish. So that's what DNF means.
Okay, I'm using that term loosely because now that I'm thinking about the ones that I did not finish, I did actually finish them. But I didn't continue the series.
Okay, but did not finish. That just didn't complete the
And that's
series.
why I'm saying I'm giving myself permission to
Yes.
DNF a lot more.
If the first one
because
sucks.
this is also, like, I'm having all these conversations on Threads. So if you're on Threads, find us. Wine.read.wine.
Yes.
Yes, find us. I'm having, it's me. Hi. Hi, I'm your Threads conversationalist. But we are having all sorts of conversations about when to DNF a book or a series or whatever. And the ones, I read book 1 and I was not liking it.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, maybe it gets better in book 2. So I read book 2 and I was like, yeah, this is not.
Okay,
this
you
is
gave
not
it 2
getting
books.
better.
That's fair.
There was a 4-book series.
If it's not good by book 2,
right?
It's not worth.
And that's
book 4.
kind of the running joke that I have. So people on Threads are like, when do we DNF a book? When do we DNF a series? And I'm like, at the very end, like once all the books are done, and because what if it gets better? What if you screw up and like miss the big reveal in the finale book?
But if it takes 2 books and it's not good, and you expect me to hang on till book 3 for it to get good, absolutely not.
But what if?
I don't. At that point, I actually don't think I care.
So that's why the series I did a lot of skimming of book 2.
Okay.
Because I was like, there are too many red flags here for me to enjoy this,
Fair.
like as a book.
So, but you still counted it because you finished it.
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I skimmed it, but yeah, I did finish it. I did finish it.
Tell you the one that I read that was actually an extra, so it didn't count as part of my goal for the year. It was one of my extras. I skimmed so much because the beginning of each chapter was a recipe because she was a baker. So it was the beginning of each chapter was like, so literally you could
Was it italicized?
Yeah.
Did you?
It was italicized, and as soon as I skipped it, and as soon as I was like, oh, it's a recipe, and then like I read a couple of them where I was like, oh, maybe there's like something to add to the story, like
secret
within
hints.
Right
Yes.
within the how to of the it was literally just so it was a cute concept of like, hey, let's write the book and also make it like a mini cupcake cookbook, which was super cute. Also, I wasn't making cupcakes, I was reading.
No, I'm reading.
And so I skipped those pages, and some of them were like 3 pages long, ma'am.
No, I'm skipping all of that.
Right? So I skipped all of it.
All of that.
I skipped all of it. If you did you skim Emily Wilder?
No, I did not read the footnotes.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
I started to, and then I was like, oh yeah. She warned me.
Yep, I warned you.
She warned me it would give me a little more information, but I didn't have to read them.
Yeah, it did not take anything.
They weren't huge.
No, there's one. It might be this book that's a half page. There's one of them that's a half page.
There was one that was
But there's a 3rd book for this one,
I know.
and that's coming out this year,
and it's not out yet.
No, so I've got Iron Flame that's going to be 3. I've got this one that's got a 3rd. I've got Honora Roberts, Sookie Stackhouse. I've got Honora Roberts. Like I could probably name 36 books that I have to read.
Yeah. Yep.
Dang it. And also January is my big reading month because I'm like energized by a
Chuck Palahniuk.
Yes, I know. I will do it. I just said I could name it. But I will tell you January is my big reading month.
Yeah.
Because I have time and work is not busy and the kids are back in school and like I can read.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's...
So I front load my...
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing because I got a little discouraged in the middle of the year because I was like, oh, I'm like 6 or 7 books behind.
How am I going to do this?
So
you're reading 2 books a week.
I'm not going to hit it. And now I'm like quantity over quality. And it wasn't the case. Like I don't read books just to hit a number.
Right.
But I loved the sentiment of like 5-star reads.
Yep.
Like that
5 stars or nothing.
Right? Like let's strive for 5. I
don't hate that.
Whatever that is. But I have decided I'm going to leave my book goal at 52.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still think that's you
it's
don't know what life throws at us. Right?
It's very lofty.
Right? The fact that
I said, I read 54 of 52. Like, I think
I'm hemming and hawing.
Doable.
I'm hemming and hawing over here over 36. So 52 is definitely lofty.
I mean, you're almost there. You're at 3 a month. I'm at 4 a month. Like, or, ish. But like, you're right there. You're right there.
I don't know. I'm 36. I said 36. I'm going 36.
Okay.
But goodness gracious, it seems a little high. But I think
that's like...
I think I can do it.
And I think the higher number also helps you to DNF books that are not resonating with you. Okay. Whether you count them or not, That's your personal preference. Like we judge not
No.
on how you count those. But like I think that also kind of gives you permission. If this book isn't great, there are so many more out there. And I have more that I need to read. So we're moving on, you know?
That's fair. And I have so many of my, like, my daughter makes fun of me because she's like, Mom, all of these books on this shelf you haven't read, and you haven't read this shelf either. I'm like, no, that's my TBR shelf. And she's like, okay, so what happens when you finish them? I was like, they go on that shelf up there. Like,
And then I start to read this TBR shelf.
right? And I was like, they're all just, but the fact that she's paying attention, I think is so great. And the fact that I would actually, to be honest with you, love to have the kids start
I was going to ask
their
if
own,
they had a reading goal.
And I don't know that I want to give them a goal as much as I just want them to track.
Yeah.
So I think this year we'll be tracking so we can see how many they're, because Ryder is a huge reader, right?
Yes.
My 10-year-old, God, and he just got 2 really great books from his great grandmother, and he got
a total series.
He got a whole series. So the kid,
Your daughter has a series.
The kid could hit 14 in the next 6 months. My daughter he's almost done.
Oh, she's
almost done with the whole 16 book series.
that.
Like they're both of them are very much, and like the 6-year-old is still like, he's not into like as much right now, but the big 2, I think maybe I make, and I'm sure I'll share it if I make it, because I love to make sort of stuff like that, but I think maybe I do something where they can like color in a book every time they finish one, which will encourage them, because I think they're bored a little bit in school right now, which is understandable if they're not.
Here's a wild concept.
Okay.
What if they set monthly reading goals and earned a personal pizza?
Are you bucketing me? I don't think we do book it anymore. When I was a teacher, they did book it. Book it was still a thing when they did when I was a teacher. I don't think they do book it anymore.
They don't do book
also,
it anymore.
I'm not feeding my children that pizza because the floors are sticky. Different topic.
Home pizza. Home pizza.
Right? But maybe it's a, hey, if you read X amount of books, like we will go to the bookstore to pick up new. Like a trip to the book, you earn a trip to the bookstore if you hit your monthly reading, whatever. Yes. Like, I don't hate that.
Right.
But also, I just love reading time with them.
Yeah.
So we will do, like, if I know that they're getting like super wild or super like crazy or whatever, I'll be like, hey, you got 30 minutes until we put pajamas on, and then you got 30 minutes and we're all going to read together. And we all sit downstairs, Mike, the kids, myself, we all sit down and read our own books.
Read books.
For 30 minutes.
And that's great.
And they sit there and they do it. Maybe not the 6-year-old, but he like tries. But at the same time, we try and do it. So I can't imagine them not wanting to. And they're always getting things from the library at school. And like Ryder will recheck out if he's not done yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it might be nice to track their books because I don't know how much they're reading.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, do I track the books they read at school or just the ones they read here? I feel like if they read it, it counts.
I mean, they're still reading, so it counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether it's for pleasure or for education, because they're told to.
Yeah, but I don't think they do read. They don't do book reports like we did.
Yeah.
So I think it's just whatever they're reading from the library, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, they're choosing it because they want to.
Yeah.
Right? Not because they have to. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm leaving mine at 52.
All right. Watch Ryder blow mine out of the water. I bet you anything he will blow my reading goal out of the water. And the thing
that's
is,
what happens when you start tracking.
Right, but I think he would love that.
Because you may not know what he's actually taking in.
No.
It could be amazing.
It may, right? And like, he would be tickled if he found out that he like busted out my reading goal.
Yes.
I think I might do it.
You let him know what mine is.
I will.
Take you on, boy.
Right? Mom says 36, but Abby says 52.
You know.
Wait, where do you fall?
Where are you?
Where are you
in the hierarchy?
The spectrum of reading.
This wine is fantastic, by the way.
Right? It was a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Third time's
I need
the
to
charm.
take a straw to the bottle.
I know. I'm like,
right?
Is there more?
I have one of those.
Rude. You do have a cup. It's currently being used as a water cup. It could be iced coffee. It could be wine.
Hydration is important.
You do have quite a stack. I think 36 is a good goal for you.
I think so too. And also, look, Invisible Monsters is right there.
Uh-huh.
It's right there.
And we're going to talk about that.
We are. Because, again, author study. I think our first one might be good old Chuck.
It's a happening.
Right? So, but if you do have a request for an author study, let us know.
Yeah,
either comments here on YouTube or even on Threads or Instagram. We monitor all the things.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, happy to
everywhere.
Take.
She's Instagram. I'm Threads.
Yep. And then I comment on her Threads with my own thing because
That's what
I'm
we
like,
do.
right?
And
So
then
it's
we're
fine.
cross-posting, we're crossing streams. It's fantastic. Ghostbusters might not approve.
Right. I hear
But we
this.
do.
Right. We're fine. We're fine with that. But would love for you to join us on any of those platforms that you prefer. I think most of our watchers, view count sort of thing comes from YouTube. So we appreciate you being there.
And if you're here, click the like. Let us know you're still here.
Right.
Subscribe if you're not. What are you even doing?
Why?
Watching our videos without a subscription? Who does that? If it's you,
2025 almost. Well, I think at this point, when this one comes out, it is 2025.
It's 2025.
2025. Subscribe.
Subscribe in 2025.
Oh my God. And they're canceled.
And that was a short run.
But we appreciate that you're here and that you're hanging out. 36 is mine. 52
is
hers.
mine.
What is your goal? How did you get there? Are you upping? Are you decreasing? There's nothing wrong with decreasing
No.
if you look at your year and recognize that you have things that are going on, right? I think sometimes there's a little bit of like, oh, I have to increase, I have
to keep
whatever.
upping, I
You're
have
already
to.
at freaking 52.
No
Stay
pressure.
where you are, right?
Read your books.
Right.
Enjoy your books. Like, I think that's the thing.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Pick a
Just
goal that if you want
enjoy.
to pick a goal. And if you don't even want a reading goal, don't do one. Just say, I'm going to read this year. That's a goal in and of itself.
I had that conversation too on Threads. Someone said, I did not set a reading goal. And I was like, how do
What
you know
are
if
you
you're
doing?
behind?
Right?
How, you don't get the passive aggressive like notifications like you're behind. And they're like, no, because I don't set a reading goal. And I was like, I don't know her. I don't know. I need that pressure. But like, also that's amazing.
I think I need the pressure because it reminds me to take the time to do it.
A reminder of what's important.
Right. And I think
Like,
because
you set
otherwise
out to do this.
I set a goal that was something that was important to me. And I think that the reminders of like, hey, you are behind your goal, or like, hey, you are behind on the self-care thing that really that
Yes.
you enjoy, that something
you
that
marked this as important
Right?
to you, and
Keep it
you're,
important.
and you're not
Right.
mastering the importance.
So I think that's a thing that I really enjoy because it reminds me that it's okay to pause and to take the time to just read. Because when
Yes.
I'm reading, I will find there are times like I was working on a cross stitch this year, and there were times where I was like, oh, I can listen to a video and I can cross stitch at the same time. But then that's my brain doing two different things where I still feel busy versus reading. I can throw on an ambient something on YouTube and listen to like jazz music or piano
A
music or
cozy
whatever.
fireplace.
Right. How many times I did this
Cozy
holiday season,
fireplace while reading.
throwing that on, but then I'm just reading. I'm just reading. I'm not doing 18 other things. I'm not doing laundry. I'm not, washing the dishes. I'm not working. I'm literally just reading. And I forget how important it is to just do that.
To just read. Yes.
Just read. That's an honoring of myself. And I deserve that.
Yes, you
As
do.
a person who does, we all do. As a person who enjoys that, do the things that you enjoy.
Make
Because
time
there's,
for the things you enjoy.
right?
Make
Because if
time
you
for it.
don't, when are you going to have time for it? Like if
Right.
you don't make the time now, and why are we waiting? Why are we waiting?
Why are we waiting?
Why are we waiting? Oh, I'm going to wait until I do X, Y, Z so I can have this thing that I enjoy. No, do the thing you enjoy now and fit the other stuff around it.
Read your book now.
Right?
So tell us, what's your goal?
What is your goal? How can we help you get there?
Yes. We'll hold you accountable.
Right?
We won't be passive aggressive.
No, I'll just
We'll
be
just
flat
be
out
sweet.
aggressive. No, she can be
Oh.
sweet. I will be flat out aggressive.
Oh.
Did you meet your goal? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I can't handle this
One
straight
is
up.
passive, one is aggressive.
I don't think I could handle this straight up aggressive. Be like,
No.
you didn't hit your goal. I'd be like, I know.
I can't.
I'm
I have
sorry.
firstborn syndrome. I would feel so guilty.
Right?
I'd be like, hi.
Which is why I'm having a little bit of trepidation over 36, but we've got it. We've got it, and it's fine.
Yes.
And
It's going to be amazing.
It is.
And
I'm
you're
going to
gonna
have
read
so
some
many good books.
amazing books.
Right?
And if you ever get stuck in a slump, I got you.
Okay, good.
And if you ever get stuck in a slump,
We've got you.
I've got you. You just let us know.
Exactly. We can always recommend something. We've read plenty, as have you. And so I think some of the things that I love the most are seeing, especially on Threads, people collaborating and being like, oh, I love this book. Oh, I love this book.
Yes.
Oh, I recommend this book. And then like the things that come out from that, I think are great.
I have to tell you
What?
another conversation I had on Threads.
Surprise.
Someone said, help me choose my next book
Okay.
from my TBR, and
Ooh.
posted a picture of their book.
Okay.
And I saw The Night Circus.
And you went, that one.
The Night Circus is my favorite book. I will recommend it all day, every day. favorite book. And I was like, oh my God, I love this book. You should read this one next. And she said, I was interested in that book because someone put it on the most hated list.
Oh no.
And
you were like, whoa.
And I said, most hated? I need to know who put it on the list because I will fight them all. I will fight all of them. Most hated? What the fuck? Like, no. And she was like, okay, that's the next one because this is the kind of excitement that I need about a book.
I will fight you.
I will fight you. Most hated? Who are you? I want names. Like, names.
Okay.
Point me to it.
Right.
And I think, like, that's the kind of books that we're looking for in 2025. Like, those should be on our TBR.
Yeah.
The ones that incite excitement.
Wow. There was a lot of eyes. There were a lot of eyes in that.
There was a lot of things in there.
Right? But I think you're right. I think you're right that if
that's the kind of feelings we should be having about books. Right. We're not just reading books to hit a goal. We're reading books to have a damn good time.
A transformative experience
and
when it's warranted.
Yes.
Right? There are so many books that have changed the way that I think.
And
future
I was going to say,
we could talk all about
next
that, right?
episode, we're going to be talking about books we wish we could read again for the first time. Right. Books we're going to reread in 2025 because they are just that good and need to be revisited. Yeah. So, very excited to see what else we have.
100%.
I'm excited. I hope you're excited.
I'm also very excited. So yes, we do hope you're excited to join us on the journey that comes next and seeing what kind of books. I have several things to talk about in the next episode that are a little unconventional.
We're very excited about this. Join us in 2025. We're excited.
And on that, let us know your reading goal and we will see you soon. Happy reading.
Bye.
It was great to have you join us for today's chat. If you'd like to continue the conversation, provide a recommendation, or simply say hi, pop over to Instagram at wine.read.wine. Also, if you're the review type person, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave us an honest review on your favorite podcast player. Or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next episode. Happy reading!